What is up, guys? It's the Movie Buff Pains back again with another video. Today we're going to show you our haul from the first couple weeks of June. And this is going to be a pretty massive one.
Yeah.
Yeah, not quite sure how we ended up with so many, but yeah, hang in there, guys, because this one will probably be a little bit longer. So we'll go ahead and just dive right in. The first couple of items actually aren't movies, but we'll show those to you real quick.
First thing we have here is a pop figure of the Creep from Creepshow. Found that at a comic book shop we were really excited about.
Yeah, that's an awesome pop figure. And excuse the meowing from our dear friend Rocky down here. And while we were at that comic book store, I actually picked up a comic book, which is something that we're kind of starting to dive into a little bit. We won't say anything about that, but yeah, I got Tales from the Crypt. So really cool find. I'm excited to read this one. Let us know if you guys are into comics.
Next up, we've got another retro pickup.
Mm-hmm.
It is a VHS copy of Dawn of the Dead, the director's cut.
Yeah, super cool release.
Yeah, really cool cover and everything. I mean, that is just really nice.
Yeah, I got that off of Mercari. And I also have Day of the Dead, so that'll go along well with that one.
Yeah.
Alright, now we have some DVDs to show you. First one is I Do Until I Don't. This one is starring Lake Bell. It's also written and directed by her, and I absolutely love her. I really enjoyed her other film, In a World.
Yeah.
I think you like that one as well.
That's a good one.
Next DVD we got is Dead Presidents. Heard some really good things about this one recently, so I picked it up for cheap off of Amazon. And then we got a couple of thrifting DVD finds. The first one is The Italian Job. This is the original with Michael Caine, which I was really surprised to see that this one wasn't on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that either.
Yeah, so cool pickup there. We got that at Savers. And then another one we got at Savers is called The Virginity Hit. I could have sworn I saw this movie at some point for some reason, and I just had to pick it up to find out, I guess.
Then we've got some Blu-rays that we found while thrifting as well. First up, we've got Explorers, and it involves James Cameron and Buzz Aldrin, some kind of documentary, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Really random find, but pretty cool.
Another documentary. This one is Bears, filmed in IMAX to boot. Yeah. Anytime we see Blu-rays that we don't own at a thrift store, we pretty much have to pick them up just because it's so rare to find them these days. Yeah, and these are very random titles too.
I don't think we'll see these anywhere else.
Nope. Next up is 100 Years Under the Sea and Devil's Island. Couple more documentaries.
Mm-hmm. And then an actual non-nature documentary pickup from the thrift store. And that's 20 Feet from Stardom. I've heard some really good things about this one, so looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Then I got a couple of cheap Amazon pickups. I'm always watching to see titles that drop under around $5. The first one is Hidalgo, Viggo Mortensen. And then we got The Joy Luck Club.
That one looks like it'll be good.
Yeah, for sure.
Then we stopped off to see if Big Lots had anything interesting in their movies. It's kind of hit or miss for us usually, especially because they get a lot of mainstream titles, which we already own.
Yeah.
This time, I think, is probably our favorite find we've ever had at a Big Lots, right?
Yeah,
easily.
Definitely.
We found Gigi with its Academy Awards slipcover.
Which is really uncommon, because this release, I think we saw it, came out in, 2009 or 2010?
Yeah.
Something crazy like that. That slipcover has probably just been sitting in a box somewhere for 10 years.
Yeah, it's in pristine condition.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, just sitting in a box, and now it is ours. We're very happy.
And we're always looking to get Best Picture winners, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
Another cheap Amazon pickup is T-34. This one's from Welgo. And then we have Waking the Dead. This stars Billy Crudup and Jennifer Connelly, two that I really, really love. So looking forward to checking this one out. And then next we have a film by Todd Solondz. I believe that's how you say it. We saw one of his films at Sundance, actually. We saw Wiener Dog. But this is probably his most well-known film, and that's Welcome to the Dollhouse. Watched this one a while ago and really enjoyed it. I like the quirky weirdness of his films. And I was really excited that Sony finally put this one on Blu-ray. And then another Sony catalog title, and that's Atlantic City. Never seen this one, but it has a great cast.
Next one is Star Chaser, The Legend of Orin. I read about this one online, and it was labeled as a Star Wars ripoff, which it very much is. And it's animated, and so I had to get it. And I've watched it, and yeah, it's very much a ripoff, but it's really enjoyable, and I always have to add animation to my collection.
I didn't know you watched that one already.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was fun. It was definitely fun.
Yeah, really cool lenticular slipcover too.
Yeah.
We got this one from Diabolic DVD.
Thank you.
Who we highly recommend. They're awesome. This one I've been looking for a while because even when it first came out, it was pretty scarce, and that's season 2 of Killing Eve on Blu-ray. The DVD was pretty easy to find, but this just was nowhere. And so I had to look for a copy on eBay with the slipcover. I watched the first season of this show, really enjoyable. Looking forward to checking out the second season.
Next up, I got my hands on season 1 of Psycho-Pass. This is a show that we've read a little bit about and we're rather interested in checking out, so I went ahead and picked up season 1.
I think we actually watched the first couple episodes of this show a while ago, and it was interesting.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. And then a little more anime. I've got season 1, part 1 of The Rising of the Shield Hero, along with season 1, part 2 as well. And that's a show I really enjoy myself, so I was really happy to be able to pick up the entire season together. Next, I've got a stack of Disney movies to show off. I've been steadily working to getting all of Disney's Blu-ray releases, so there are some rather random titles, just kind of odds and ends that I didn't have yet. So
But you're almost there. You almost have all of them.
I'm
right?
almost all of them. I'm just waiting on a couple more in the mail.
Cool.
So for now, I've got Roving Mars, which is a documentary. Looks pretty interesting. Then I've got Super Buddies, Spooky Buddies. The next 3 I got as a set. That was Beverly Hills Chihuahua, Beverly Hills Chihuahua 2, which I do own this one already with a slip, but seeing as it was a set. And then Beverly Hills Chihuahua 3. Then we've got High School Musical. Funny enough, this is the first one, and it was the last one I got.
Yeah, and I actually kind of like that movie.
Yeah, that one's not too bad. Then we've got Camp Rock, Camp Rock 2. We've got the Jonas Brothers concert, The Cheetah Girls, One World. Told you there were some random titles. Hannah Montana and Miley Cyrus, Best of Both Worlds. And this one this is the last one. I was really excited to get my hands on this finally. It is Toy Story 3, the 3D Blu-ray. Because I've had the regular 2D for a while, but I've been trying to get all of Disney's 3D releases. And this was one of the last ones I needed. So I was really excited to get my hands on that for a good deal, finally.
Yeah. All right, next up I have some pickups from Hamilton Book, which is a website that I highly recommend you guys check out. They've got some great prices.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get Blu-rays for as cheap as like $2 to $3, and they pretty regularly get labeled titles in as well, which I have quite a few here. But yeah, the first one I got is The Age of Shadows. Heard some really good things about this one. It's from the same director as I Saw the Devil, which I really liked. Next up I got Kiss of the Damned. And then I got Stage Fright. And then I've got some Code Red titles here, which I love when I can pick these up for $10 or less. That's really awesome. The first one is The Devastator. This one's definitely a Roger Corman one.
Oh, yeah.
And that's The Sisterhood. And Wheels of Fire. Equalizer 2000. And then I got a Scorpion title, and that is The Rain Killer. And yeah, Hamilton Book has been really helpful in filling in some of the gaps in my Code Red and Scorpion and even Scream Factory collections. So highly recommend you guys check them out if you get a chance.
Yeah.
Next, I have my pickups from the most recent Kino Lorber sale. They always have really great prices, usually, anywhere from $6 to $12 on titles that are fairly recent releases, and they always have a really good mixture. This was their Memorial Day sale. So first up, I have The Bedroom Window. That has Steve Guttenberg and Isabelle Huppert. And then we got Making Contact. And I actually think this might have been part of their Wall Supplies last sale. So this one's going to be going out of print after they run out of copies. And then we've got The Island of Dr. Moreau. And Burt Reynolds in Stick. Michael Caine in The Black Windmill. And then we have Return to Macon County. And then I really tried to focus on the Scorpion titles because they're usually around $20 and they very rarely drop in price. So whenever Kino does a sale where their Scorpion distributed titles are on sale, I definitely have to pick them up. And I also have to give a shout out to my friend on Instagram, Slasher Disc. He gave me some great recommendations for this sale. We got Delivery Boys, Omega Syndrome, Stand Alone, Raw Courage, which this is one I've wanted to check out since it came out, so I was really excited to see that it was on sale. It looks like an awesome flick. And then we've got Bad Manners, CoverGirl, Kill and Kill Again, and finally the last thing I picked up from that sale is Trouble Bound. Next up, I'm going to go over some Vinegar Syndromes. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I did an unboxing video recently where I went over everything I got from the Halfway to Black Friday sale. I'll link that above if you guys want to go check that out. I'm not going to go over everything that I got in the sale again. However, I'm going to go over a couple of the titles that I've watched since the unboxing video. And then also, if you saw that video, Vinegar Syndrome mistakenly didn't send me a couple items, but they were super awesome and fixed that issue right away. Love them, love their customer service. The first thing is the uninvited mini slip.
So cute.
It is. It's adorable. And these have enamel pins inside. So there's that. And then a movie that they left out, and that is the Pretty Peaches trilogy. But again, they were really quick to get that out to me, so I really appreciate that. And then I'm just going to go over the few titles that I have checked out since the sale and give some quick thoughts. The first one is Patty Hearst. Just watched this one earlier today. This is directed by Paul Schrader, starring Natasha Richardson. Really like this film. Definitely different than a lot of Vinegar Syndrome's output. But it was really good. A great performance from Natasha Richardson, as well as some really cool cinematography. Enjoyed this one quite a bit. And then this one we watched together, and that is The Severed Arm. This is a film from 1973. I would describe it pretty much as like a proto-slasher. Mm-hmm. It had a lot of slasher elements, but of course this came out before even, Black Christmas. But really enjoyed this one. Had some interesting characters, some cool kills. I like this one. It has a really cool twist as well.
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
I thought it was really good, and yeah, you're right. It had a lot of similar elements to what slashers have, but it came out before any of the big ones, so...
Yeah. Cool flick. Definitely recommend checking this one out. This was another one we watched together, and that is Blood Games. This is a really cool, backwoods exploitation thriller. It took some turns that I really wasn't expecting. I like this one quite a lot, and the slipcover is just gorgeous.
And the crazy thing is that it you compared it a lot with similar movies that came out in the 70s, but it came out in 1990.
Yeah.
It was very late to the game, but it very much felt like a 70s film, honestly.
Yeah, like a 70s revenge exploitation thriller. Really cool. But yeah, it came out in 1990.
Rather unheard of for the period, but it was really cool.
So whenever Vinegar Syndrome gets their website back up, definitely check in and see if they still have stock on these titles. I'm honestly not sure, but yeah, check that out. And then this one is my favorite release so far, and that is Rad. I absolutely loved this movie. I was most excited to check this one out because I thought it sounded awesome, and I was not wrong. This was right up my alley. Such an 80s movie. It has a total 80s aesthetic. I mean, there's this awesome scene set to Send Me an Angel by Real Life, and they are just dancing around on their bikes, and it's just ridiculous, but I love it. And this movie has a great soundtrack, really cool scenes, and then this is a 4K release, of course. This movie entirely skipped over DVD and Blu-ray and went straight to 4K, which is crazy, but the transfer looked fantastic. And the transfers on the previous Vinegar Syndrome films looked great as well. Mm-hmm. Especially Patty Hearst. I really thought that one looked great.
Yeah, I kind of peeked in on a couple scenes while she was watching, and I couldn't believe how great it looked for an 80s film.
Yeah. So definitely recommend picking up all those titles. And again, check out my unboxing video if you want to see everything I picked up. Alright, next up I've got a couple of Arrow Video titles. First one is Blood Tide. Got this one in from Bull Moose. Looking forward to that one. And then I've got a box set here. This is the Solid Metal Nightmares, the films of Shinya Tsukamoto. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. I've heard a lot of praise for these titles. Don't really know much about them, but yeah, I've heard some great things about it. So definitely going to check these out soon, and hopefully I can report back how they are. Alright, next up from Garage House Pictures, we have The Dismembered. And I've got a Severin title here, and that is The Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward. I own this one from, I believe it's Shameless Films. I still haven't checked it out, but it looks like a really good giallo. And then to go along with our CED copy that we have, I picked up Metal Storm 3D. This is a Scream Factory release. The next several are Scream or Shout Factory. Then I got I Bury the Living. Always looking to see when Scream Factory titles lower in price on Amazon. Always trying to pick those up. Eventually I want to have the complete Scream Factory collection. We'll see if I ever get there. And then this is a fairly new release from Scream Factory, and that is Witches in the Woods. Which randomly has Corbin Bleu from High School Musical in it, so pretty random.
Very.
The next few I got directly from Scream Factory. They had a sale recently of some of their out-of-print titles, or titles that are soon going out of print, and they put them on sale. So I picked up a few of those. It took ages for them to ship it, but they're here, so we've got The Squad. And we've got Tank 432, Intruder, which I know there's like at least 5 other movies with this title. It seems like a bunch of their IFC titles are going out of print for some reason. Dementia, and The Devil's Doorway. And then I also just got a Shout Factory title from that sale, and that is Furlough. Picked this one up for the cast. It's got a really good cast. And then another pretty new release from Shout Factory, and that is Lazy Susan. And again, this one has an awesome cast. Looking forward to checking that out. And then this is another soon-to-be out-of-print title, and that is Electric Glide in Blue. Definitely check out their website to see what titles they have going out of print soon, because they have quite a few. So get on those while you still can.
Mm-hmm. Next up, we have got a Warner Archive title, Tin Cup.
Then I've got a couple I picked up from Ronin Flicks. These are new Scorpion titles. First one is Charles Bronson in The Mechanic. Like I've said before, I'm always trying to pick up Charles Bronson flicks. I'm really liking him right now. And then we've got Lucio Fulci's The Gates of Hell, otherwise known as City of the Living Dead. I love this movie. I have the Arrow release, but I wanted to check out this transfer. I've heard it's really, really good, so definitely looking forward to checking out the transfer on that. And then, of course, it came with a magnet. Then I got a couple from Dark Force. I got Primal Rage. This movie looks pretty awesome. And then this one is a double feature. It has Chinese Hercules and Bruce's Ninja Secret. Looks like fun.
Next, we've got a couple foreign releases. This is from Eureka. It is The Thousand Eyes of Dr. Mabuse. Looks like
slang film.
Yeah, it looks like that's a really nice addition.
Yeah.
And then from Umbrella Entertainment, we have Hostage.
I think that's most, if not all, of our label stuff. Now we're going to move into some of our newest releases, and then we'll end with our 4Ks.
First up, we've got Paramount Presents Days of Thunder.
Yeah, we showed the 4K in our last haul video, but thanks to these lovely little numbers on the spines of Paramount Presents releases, I have to buy them all. So now I have 2 new copies of Days of Thunder. Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
Thanks, Paramount.
Collector probs, right?
Next one we have is We Summon the Darkness. We actually watched this one last night, and we really liked it.
Yeah, that was an awesome flick.
Like, you normally, not a lot of these like straight-to-disc releases from Lionsgate are always the greatest, but this one was actually way better than we thought.
Yeah, it was really cool seeing Johnny Knoxville playing like a different type of role.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we get pretty sick of his like jackass shtick all the time, but he was actually really good in that movie.
Yeah.
Pretty good performances all around. Some awesome gore. Really cool movie.
Yeah,
that one.
Definitely.
And then from Bull Moose, I got Valhalla Rising. This is a Nicholas Winding Refn film that I haven't seen yet, but I've wanted to see it for years, so looking forward to that one.
Next, we have got Urban Cowboy.
Yeah, new to Blu-ray title.
Yeah. Then from Shout Factory, I've got Sound Euphonium, the movie, which I don't really know much about this at all. I know it's based on a TV show, So I'm hoping that I'll be able to enjoy that without maybe seeing it.
Yeah, anytime there's a Shout Factory like animated release, I just buy it for him because I figure he probably wants it.
Yeah. And this is the latest G-Kids release, which is Satoshi Kon's Tokyo Godfathers, which we were really excited to hear that they were doing a new transfer of this. We owned it, had a copy from Umbrella, but the transfer was not really that great.
Yeah, it left a lot to be desired.
So we're really excited to give that one another watch to see a new transfer and a new dubbing.
Yeah, I've really liked everything that I've seen from Satoshi Kon. He did Perfect Blue, which is probably my favorite anime film. Next up, we have a documentary I'm looking forward to checking out, and that is Once We're Brothers. This one just came out like towards the end of May, I believe, and it just dropped to $9 on Amazon, so I thought that was a really cool deal. And I saw a trailer for it on something I watched a week or two ago, and I thought it looked really interesting. And then we have the last movie that we saw in theaters this year.
Yeah.
But that is the Blumhouse film, The Hunt. And this one was a ton of fun. Betty Gilpin, who's the star of this, she's great. Just definitely an up-and-coming star. I hope she does more.
Yeah.
I really liked her in this.
Yeah, that was a fun film. From there, we go into some of the TV shows we've picked up. We've got Watchmen from HBO, which I'm excited to check this one out. I heard good things about it. I'm sad that they canceled it after one season, though.
Yeah.
And then we have got season 8 of Arrow. This is the last season, and we have all the other ones, so now we have the complete series.
Yeah. And then a show I'm really looking forward to checking out, and that is Creepshow. This is a Shudder original, I believe. I've heard kind of mixed things about it, but I love Creepshow, so I'm looking forward to it either way. And lastly, we're going to show you our 4K pickups. First one is the 4K release of Parasite. I wish they would have released this one on 4K when it first came out, but it's my favorite movie of last year. It's a fantastic film. If you haven't seen it yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. Great film. And then this is one I've been hunting for quite a while. I saw some people picking it up at Walmart, and I kept checking and checking. And finally one had one, and that is Red Heat. Always up for a good old Arnie flick.
Next, we have got the nice edition that Universal released of Jaws on 4K. So really excited to pick this one up. This is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, I love that movie too.
And it is just a very nice edition box set, and was very excited to be able to actually find this at store because for some reason they disappeared really fast.
Yeah. And the transfer was fantastic.
It was beautiful.
It looked really great. It was like watching the movie for the first time again. It really looked fantastic.
Yeah.
And then these last two I picked up from Diabolic DVD. The first one is David Lynch's The Elephant Man. I've been going through and watching a lot of David Lynch's films recently, so when I saw they released this on 4K, I was very keen to check it out. And this is a really nice box set. I haven't cracked it open yet, but it looks super nice. And then this is another movie that I've wanted to see for a really long time. This comes from one of my favorite directors, David Cronenberg, and that is Crash. This is a German media book. It is 4K. Of course, I won't be able to read any of the German book, but it's a really cool release nonetheless. And again, it's a movie I've wanted to check out for quite a while. So definitely looking forward to that.
I think that's everything, finally.
Finally. So yeah, that's everything we picked up the first couple of weeks of June. We may have gone a little overboard.
Just a little.
Yeah, we'll have lots of good stuff to watch.
We don't have a problem, no.
We keep telling ourselves that. But yeah, we want to thank you guys for watching. We want to thank you guys for subscribing. Again, we're having tons of fun doing this channel. Please let us know what videos you guys would like to see in the future, and we'll definitely put them out there for you. We've got a few video ideas that we're spinning around right now, so we should have some more content for you in the upcoming weeks. And yeah, thanks again for watching. We hope you guys are staying safe and staying healthy.
Like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the little bell for notifications, and we will see you guys next time.
See ya.